Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Afifah Putri Sanjaya, and in this opportunity, I would like to present about my paper presentation. The title is UMY Student Perception and Behavior about Current Wave based on Korean Entertainment Industry. Next. There are 5 topics that I would like to examine. The first one is introduction. The second one is literature review. The third is research method. Fourth is findings and discussion. And the last or the fifth is conclusion. The first one, introduction. Joseph Nye in 2004 described power as the ability to influence the behavior of others to get the outcome. Furthermore, Nye explained that power is not only in the form of orders and coercion. However, Nye explained that there are other ways to practice power apart from by commanding, rewarding, and coercing, that is by enticing or attraction. By spreading charm, we can make other people justify our view and finally agree with our opinion. If the party others agree, then we can get what we want without having to order or force it. This ability to lure the other party is called soft power by Joseph Nye. Joseph Nye defines soft power as the ability to get what you want through attraction rather than through coercion or payment. Soft power is the main tool of today's diplomacy, which is called soft power diplomacy. Therefore, the foreign policy platform is carried out through soft diplomacy, like what South Korea did through the Korean wave culture. The third Korean wave, or commonly known as Hallyu, is the name given by the Chinese media to denote popularity Korean culture in China in the late 1990s. At first, the popularity caused by the screening of one of the Korean dramas in China entitled What is Love, which turned out to be well received by the Chinese community and won high ratings in television history in China at the time. And in Indonesia itself, the term Korean wave became known after the screening of a drama series such as Endless Love in 2002. In this study, the researcher aims to emphasize UMY students' behavior and perception about current waves for enabling to rethink the value of Hallyu wave and for increasing cultural contact based on current entertainment industry, such as Korean pop, films, dramas, and many more. The second one is literature review. A, for theoretical framework. The first one, Korean wave or Hallyu wave. Korean wave is the term given to spread of South Korean pop culture globally in various countries in the world since the 1990s by Chinese media. Generally, Hallyu wave triggers many people in the country to learn Korean language and culture. Second, there is soft diplomacy. Soft diplomacy is the ability of a country to achieve its national interests through social and cultural approaches. Third, Korean entertainment overview. So in this Korean entertainment overview, K-entertainment is a type of entertainment or culture or originating from South Korea, such as movies, drama, music, variety show, and many more, that is an inseparable part of the Korean wave in many countries around the world. Fourth, there is perception. Perception is the act interpreting information to provide an overview and understanding of the environment. And the last, there's behavior. Behavior is a series of actions made by individuals to express their emotions. Next, there is big empirical review. According to Sri, 2017, examined about the current wave or Hallyu wave, tells a meaningful opportunity for Korean government to take advantages of newly emerging culture and public diplomacy to promote Korean cultural assets. In common, the most influence or contribute for the spread of Hallyu Wave are Korean entertainment industry, such as Korean pop, Korean films, and Korean movies, whereas the Korean wave has been represented in various ways. And according to Ho and Song, 2017, the variety of Korean wave contents show the cultural diversity and richness of Korea as a representative content of the Korean wave. And one of various of Korean wave, such as K-pop, is understood as part of a global trend, especially among youth, and it can increase social cultural contact among South Korean relations with another countries. Move to the third one, which is research method. The research method of this study is using qualitative methods. 5 UMY students will participate in this study. In order to be able to take part in this research, they were required to meet 3 criteria. The first one, UMY students. Second, interested in Korean entertainment or Korean industry or Korean wave. And the third, all of the applicants is students 9. Third, all of the applicants is students age 18 until 23 years old. To recruit the participants, the researcher contacted some friends. There are UMY students a few weeks before doing the interview. Second, the purpose, scope, and required time commitment were informed. Third, the interview was conducted in Bahasa or English. Fourth, lasted for approximately 10 until 15 minutes. And the last, after that, the participants were given a transcript and the option to remove, edit, or add their comments. Move to findings and discussion. The first one, the first question, how is your perception about the influence of Korean wave based on Korean entertainment industry towards yourself? So most of them have the positive way to see the influence of Korean entertainment industry towards their self. So this participant commented, before I knew K entertainment industry, I was a stigmatic person, and back then I was believed that makeup is only for a girl. Now I think I'm more open-minded and I believe that makeup and fashion doesn't have gender. Korean wave really have a huge influence to myself because these days I'm very active consumer of Korean wave phenomenon. I watch Korean dramas a lot and I always listen to K-pop every day. So in this question, the 5 participants is really influenced by Korean wave based on Korean entertainment industry toward their daily life. The second question, what is your behavior that appear after influenced by Korean wave based on Korean entertainment industry? The majority after I asked this question state that there are new behavior that appear after being influenced by Korean wave. The example is such as this participant state behaviors that appear after being influenced Korean entertainment is I can understand about Korean language because there are exposure about Korean entertainment content with Korean language. So by the time I can understood what they talk about or even how to write Hangul. This participant also add about that are like the eating culture, the hard work culture, and many more. So in this question, most of the participants is really is tell me that there are new behavior that appear after influenced by Korean wave based on Korean entertainment industry. The third question, what is your behavior that changed you after influenced by Korean wave based on Korean entertainment industry? It can be positive or negative or both, mention it. So in this question is a different different from the second question, because this is what I highlight in this question is what is the behavior that change after influenced by current wave. So most of the participants commented that after influenced by current wave, especially current entertainment industry, there are behavior that change from their life. So for the example, this participant commented my behavior that changed after influenced by current wave based on current entertainment industry is the way I dress in my daily life become more different than usual because I feel like after I influenced by current entertainment, the way I look at fashion is broader. But there is also participants stated that current entertainment industry are just a content and just a trend. This is the example from the participant that state the statement. I do not really adopt any specific behavior because I enjoy all the stuff that made by current entertainment industry is a content and just a trend. So the behavior that changed from the participant is maybe around 60%, and the participant that answer nothing change is 40%. So move to the discussion. First, most of participants are influenced to learn Korean language and Korean culture after they watch Korean entertainment industry content, and it can change their perception and behavior even in daily life about view of Korean wave. But in addition, after Korean wave is spreading, UMY students mostly affected to change both of their perception and behavior, such as mindset, food that they eat, culture they learn, fashion that they wear, music that they are listen, and many more. Second, there are some researchers that explain the same thing, such as the influence that based on K-pop. The differences lies in the current drama and movie discussion. And in those journal, there has no discussion about the influence of another Korean entertainment content such as Korean drama or movies that can change the way people behave and how people act. And the third, in the future, I hope this study helps about how perception or behavior that UMY students change or influenced by current wave based on current entertainment industry. Also, I hope in this study, people finds there are some example about how behavior that appear after influenced by Korean wave based on current entertainment industry. So it can be used to become a reference in the future. Conclusion, in this study, UMY students' perspective and behavior towards Korean wave based on current entertainment industry. The participants gave their perspective and explained their daily life being influenced by Korean wave. Most of them were influenced through their daily life, such as taste of music, how to get dressed, food that they eat, the culture that they see on current entertainment content because they take it as a good thing to change themselves to be a better person. The second, I hope this study will be used as a references to people who also do a researches about the behavior that appear after influenced by current wave based on current entertainment industry, especially in UMY environment. Not only just discuss about current pop, but also another current entertainment content. Third, in the future researchers, I do recommend to add more of participant and more interview question because it can make the study has a broad point of view and also enrich the information that include the, in the journal or article that the researcher wants to write, so it can be more complete and valid. I think that's enough about my presentation. I'm so sorry if I made a mistake. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.